I have a huge issue. You see, my boss loves the Pokemon Ampharos. I mean, he absolutely adores it. And because of this, he challenged me to build the best deck that I could using the new card Ampharos EX. My issue with this is that Ampharos EX just isn't a very good card. And if I can't build a deck around it, my job may be on the line. To make this challenge even harder, I'm only allowed to use cards given to me for free on TCG Live. That means I can't craft cards, I can't use any packs, I just have to use the cards from the decks that are gifted to me for... I can only use the cards gifted to me for downloading the game.
In order for almost any deck to succeed in the current meta, it usually needs 3 things: a good draw engine, quick setup, and powerful attackers. Luckily for me, in the current standard format, lightning types succeed in all 3 areas. It can set up quick with Miraidon EX and its ability Tandem Unit, which allows you to put 2 basic lightning Pokemon from your deck onto your bench once per turn. You can even loop multiple Miraidons to get a full bench on turn 1. Lightning also has multiple energy acceleration options. Flaaffy from Evolving Skies has the Dynamotor ability, which once per turn can attach a basic lightning energy from the discard pile to one of your bench Pokemon. Flaaffy can also evolve straight into Ampharos EX, which can make for a killer combo. You also have Electric Generator, which is an item card that lets you look at the top 5 cards of your deck and attach up to 2 basic lightning energies you find there to your bench lightning Pokemon. Since it is an item card, you can use this multiple times per turn, powering up multiple attackers at once. Did I mention that Lightning currently has a great selection of attackers as well? Raikou V from Brilliant Stars can do 20 damage plus 20 more damage for each bench Pokemon in play, maxing out for 220 damage. This is a great early game attacker because it only needs 2 energies to attack. Fortunately for us, all of these cards are given to us for free in the form of pre-constructed decks, so let's go ahead and take a look and see what we can build. Now that we know what cards synergize with Ampharos EX, let's take a look at the decks we are provided with. Firstly, let's look at the Ampharos EX Battle Deck. Yeah, there's not much to work with here. There are some okay trainer cards in this deck, but for now, let's just pull out the Ampharos EX itself and move on to the other decks. Much better. This is the base Miraidon EX deck you're given in TCG Live. As you can see, there's a lot we can take from this deck and put into our new Ampharos deck. We'll for sure be taking the Miraidon and the Flaaffys. We'll also take the Lumineon V. As for trainer cards, we're going to take a couple Professor's Research, all of the Boss's Orders, some of the Ultra Balls and Level Balls, the Beach Courts, and the Escape Ropes. Next, let's take a look at the base Regieleki VMAX deck. This one isn't too bad either. The most important cards we want from this deck are the Electric Generators, which, as previously stated, can accelerate our energies as soon as turn 1. We also really want the Nest Balls, the Raikou V, and possibly the Regieleki V and VMAX. While we're here, we'll grab a couple Cynthia's Ambitions for added draw support, as well as a Leafy Camo Poncho. We'll also quickly grab some switches from the Ampharos deck. Now, with these cards put together, we can finally take a look at the new and improved Ampharos EX deck.
Sugar, spice, and everything nice. These were the ingredients chosen to create the perfect little girl. But Professor Utonium accidentally added an extra ingredient to the concoction, Chemical X.
Can I get a drum roll, please? This may not be the best deck out there, but it's one of the most successful decks I've found using only the free cards in TCG Live. Let's go ahead and take a look at Ampharos EX in greater detail. Like I said before, it's not the most playable card, but it can see some potential. The first attack, Ultra Ball, does 60 damage for only 1 lightning energy. Not so great. Its second attack though, Thunderstrike Tail, can do 140 base damage, but can do up to 240 damage if you discard 2 lightning energy from Ampharos, which isn't as big of a drawback as it seems since we do have Dynamotor in the deck as well. This attack can knock out any basic V in format as well as any basic EX, which we'll start to see more play soon. Now we know how the deck works, it's time to see it in some real action. Strike Tail for knockout. We'll just Lightning Rondo and kill this dude. My Raikou V is better than yours. I just want to preface this by saying TCG Live is not the best way to test decks when you have a low ranking. Like, at the time of recording this, I am currently, I believe, Pichu rank, like the first or second rank, and it's just so hard to come across decent meta matchups that aren't random piles, and you'll see that later with other matches. But the first deck we got here going up against, it looks to be a Lost Zone Giratina V-Star deck. And they have an unfortunate start with only the Giratina. We luckily start off with 2 Mareeps. We also get a Nest Ball for a Miraidon and go ahead and get another Mareep, a Raikou V, and a Regieleki. Then we go for an Electric Generator, trying to get some early game acceleration. We decide to stick the Electric Energy on the Mareep. We're doing this because we want to be able to attack with the Ampharos EX in a couple turns. And it looks like we are going to be able to. We have a Flaaffy in hand, as well as an Ultra Ball, which we can use to get the Ampharos the turn after. The opponent goes ahead and uses a colorless experiment. Yeah, they're bricking pretty hard. They attach an experience share, which is an interesting tool I haven't seen on a Lost Zone deck very often. And they go ahead and use Abyss Seeking, I believe. Yep. My turn again. Beach Court, great first draw. That means you get free retrieve. Go ahead and use Cynthia's Ambition, get a Level Ball. Another Ultra Ball. We'll go ahead and grab another Flaaffy with that. Like I said earlier in the video, Flaaffy has the Dynamotor ability, which we originally saw on Electric from Noble Victories, allows you to attach a Lightning Energy from your discard pile to one of your bench Pokemon once per turn. We go ahead and switch into a Raikou V, and we get an insane top deck Energy Search off of the Fleet-Footed, and we decide to go ahead and attach that to the Flaaffy on the bench. After we do that, we just decide to pass. Our opponent attaches a Psychic Energy to the Giratina V-Star and uses another Colorish Experiment, hopefully trying to get another Comfy out. They have a huge hand to be able to do so, but it's not looking too likely for them, but we'll see. There's a lot of waiting here. There is a lot of waiting in the CCG live matches where I just sit here and wait for the opponent to do something. There they go. They go ahead and use the Shred attack. We go ahead and get an Electric Generator, get 2 off of that, which is super lucky for us. We can go ahead and evolve into our Ampharos EX. Finally, we can get some action out of this. We use Fleet-Footed, get a second Boss's Orders. We go ahead and retreat, and then we use the Thunderstrike Tail, and we go ahead and do the 100 extra damage to decide to knock it out. Our opponent decides to promote the Cramorant. They draw their card for turn. More waiting. They put down another Giratina V. No Comfies yet. They attach the Grass Energy, and I'm waiting. Quality. This is quality entertainment. I'm just saying, like, who else would love to look at a screen of nothing for, like, I don't know. What do they play? They play Boss's Orders, and they pull our Raikou up, and they do actually knock us out. They do get a knockout on that. Well, that's okay. We promote our Mareep just because it does have free retreat with the Beach Court. It also kind of helps us that they use Boss, because now we can quickly power up our Ampharos EX and go ahead and one-shot the Giratina V once again, leaving them with only a Cramorant once more. More waiting from the opponent. They go ahead and attach a Tool Jammer, Hopefully this music is making up for the wait times. I hope you guys are vibing with the music. I found some goodies. I found some goodies for you guys this time. And they pull out another boss's orders. What are they gonna boss up this time? They bossed up one of our Flaaffies. Which is a little unfortunate, but I do believe we have game next turn anyway. They go ahead and attach a Psychic Energy to the active, and they decide to knock out our Flaaffy, which does kind of suck. But we can go ahead and just grab another one out with the level ball we top deck. Sorry, had a little hiccup. We use Dynamotor. Attach it from hand. Now we're all full up, ready to go once more. And now I'm playing the waiting game. How dare I? I go ahead and use Miraidon's ability, get a Mareep and a Regieleki, even though... Oh, I can't retreat this turn. I believe I misplayed. I should have retreated before I evolved the Flaaffy, because now my retreat costs 2. So now we just have to wait it out. Our opponent decides to attach a Grass Energy to the active Cramorant, still not drawing any other attackers, and they do go ahead and knock us out. But now, game is in the bag. We pull out our Ampharos. We also pull out an Electric Generator. We decide to use it just because. I think we got 3 off of it, even though we can only use 2. Power up another attacker, even though it's not needed. Yeah, it was a little unnecessary with this. I was just excited that we got a win off this. Go ahead and do 280 damage to the Cramorant, getting us game. Our first ever game won with Ampharos. Alright, our next matchup here, we do take a mulligan, and we unfortunately have to start with the fish. That's like the one thing that's like the worst thing to start with, like hands down. Luckily, we do top deck a Nest Ball, so we can get our bench completely set up turn 1. We go ahead, and we also have a Beach Court, so we can get that fish out of here immediately. Also, Leafy, I put the Leafy Camo Poncho on, not realizing that that only works for VMAXs and V-Stars. But yeah, we go ahead, and we get 2 Mareeps out with the Miraidon ability, and we Ultra Ball away an Electric Energy for another Miraidon. We go ahead and grab ourselves a Raikou V with that, and attach for turn, and we just have to pass. We're playing against Solrock and Lunatone. I can't tell you how much I can't stand this deck. It is one of the... I was really thinking about conceding here, as you can see. He goes and plays Cross Switcher, then brings up my Lumineon. He benches down, he puts up a Lunatone that he benches down. He attaches an energy and researches. He gets rid of a Mewtwo V-Star, finds another Lunatone, plays a Level Ball, gonna get a Solrock. But yeah, he just picks up momentum really fast. I believe he gets all 4 Solrocks out this turn. No, he gets 3 out this turn, but he does get another energy in the discard. And we unfortunately top deck nothing. I use the Raikou to try to get something. We do get an Electric Generator. We pull 1 off of it. I decide to attach that energy to the Mareep, trying to get another Ampharos play out, but like we don't have much leeway here. We don't have a lot going on. Like, we really need to top deck an energy or something. Our opponent goes ahead and uses that Solrock ability to attach to the Lunatone. He uses a 5 crystal to get a Psychic Energy. Uses a Research, gets rid of that Psychic Energy and a bunch of other cards. They use Trekking Shoes. 2 Trekking Shoes in a row. They also have a Pokestop played down. So he uses another Solrock and attaches. I don't believe he knocks me out this turn, but he does put me in a tough spot here. He finally gets the 4th Solrock out. And he attaches to a bench Lunatone, good choice. He uses Pokestop, discards 2 Psychic Energy and a Hisuian Heavy Ball. Solrocks once more, and then goes ahead and attacks for turn. I do top deck an Ampharos. Not exactly what I want right now. We do get an Energy Search off the Fleet-Footed, which is great. We decide not to use the Pokestop, and we go ahead and knock out the Lunatone. I think I didn't use the Pokestop just because I didn't want to discard any Flaaffies that were needed. Pokestop, I just never have great luck with that. He grabs a Raikou. Because he got knocked out, he can attach an energy from his discard to one of his Pokemon, and then search his deck for a card. Then he starts loading up the active Lunatone with a bunch of Psychic Energies with the Solrock abilities. Solrock. Soul Calibur 4. Anyways, he knocks up my Raikou. I'm feeling pretty low. We decide to promote a Lumineon just because we know we can switch off for free. We attach for turn. I go ahead and use Tandem Unit, grab a Regieleki, try to get some extra damage with those basic. I do grab a Level Ball. We go ahead and get a Flaaffy I can attach to a bench Pokemon. We decide to put that Lightning Energy on the Flaaffy because we do have Ampharos next turn. We boss up a Swallow Rock, hoping to stall. We'll see what happens here. Our opponent draws a card, plays the Psychic Energy. Of course they have the Psychic Energy. Look how big that hand is. They attach, and then they're going to retreat. They'll retreat into Lunatone, which now has 4 Psychic Energies attached. Make that 5. Plays another Tracking Shoes, gets rid of a Mewtwo V. And I think that's still a Raikou on the top of the discard. Gets rid of another Mewtwo V-Star with Pokestop. Just kind of unfortunate, but I don't think he really needed that. He also plays Avery on me, which really hurts. But it's okay, because I can Tandem Unit the next turn. But I still have my Flaaffy in the active. He does take a knockout on Lumineon. Rough. I do get the Ampharos out, and I do top deck another Electric Generator. And we evolve into the Regieleki VMAX. We Tandem Unit. We only have one more basic Lightning Pokemon. That is unfortunate, and we do get nothing off of the Electric Generator. And we do decide to use Pokestop. We do get an Energy Search. Go ahead and grab that. We'll attach that to the bench Miraidon. And we decide, I go ahead and look at, I think this is when I realized that the Regieleki only does 30 extra damage to basic. 30 extra damage on your basic Lightning Pokemon's attacks, and it didn't apply to Ampharos. But we go ahead and take the knockout anyway. I get a prize card. A Dynamotor Flaaffy, great top deck. It will allow us to power up our Miraidon next turn. And now we just wait while he powers up all of his Lunatone. He powers up his Lunatone with all of his Soul Rocks. I'm not very good at speaking, as you can tell. I'm trying my best. I apologize. Anyways, he's got 3 on the active and then 4 on the bench. Nope, I'm blind. That's 3. 4 energies, at least. And then he attaches a 4th one to the active. And he goes ahead and does, what is it, 150 damage? I go ahead and evolve immediately. And play Cynthia's Ambition to draw 4 cards. I get another Flaaffy, which we don't need at this point. Play the Nest Ball with it. I knew we didn't have anything. I go ahead and play Dynamotor. And then I just go ahead. I believe I play an Escape Rope. And I'll retreat into the Miraidon. Hopefully trying to save something, but it's a little too late for me. I'm getting knocked out next turn by this Lunatone. So now I just have to watch and wait it out. Quite unfortunate. Yeah, he gets 6, 7. I think he gets 8 on here. Or maybe 9. Yeah, he gets 9 Psychic Energies onto the Lunatone. And then just one-shots my Miraidon. Which is unfortunate. He does take the game. I despise Lunatone with every fiber of my being. On to the next game. Whoa, the video is already 18 minutes long. Let's keep this next match short. I lose. Now, at this point, I start to feel pretty discouraged. Every match I'm playing, I either get my ass kicked by a super relevant meta deck, or I kick someone's ass who's playing some random deck that they just decided to build, or that was pre-built for them. Like, it's just a single Swablu here that I feel bad for killing. I'm starting to lose hope. I'm about ready to give up, but I have one last option.
What's up, guys? PikipTCG here.
Pikip, I need your help. This is it. This is my last chance to prove to my boss and to myself that I can turn Ampharos into a good deck. I just need to beat this one meta deck. I just need to beat Pikip in one single match. Let's do this. Alright, one final match. Let's go. We're going first. We have a Miraidon in the active. I'm feeling good. We go ahead and draw a mulligan. And we top deck a boss's orders. We first go ahead and use tandem unit, get 2 Mareeps out on the field. Then we use our Nest Ball to get another Miraidon. And then we use that to get a Mareep and a Regieleki. Our opponent, Pikip, is playing Fusion Strike Mew VMAX, and they start a Meloetta. I go ahead and attach a Lightning Energy to a bench Miraidon and pass. They get a Battle VIP pass off, turn 1, very crucial, and then they use Peony, which is an insane tech in this deck. Peony allows you to discard your hand and then search your deck for any 2 item cards you want. Insane. So Pikip gets a full bench out. They go ahead and Cram-O-Matic away, a Battle VIP pass, flip heads, and get another card that they want. Probably an Elisa Sparkle. We'll see. They attach the double turbo to a benched Mew, and they go ahead and pass. I top deck a Lightning Energy, so I go ahead and Energy Search. I think I have 2 Energy Searches. I evolve into the Miraidon, and then I just go ahead and research all of those away, hoping to draw a Flaaffy, but I do not get any of those. Fortunately, I do get really lucky with double lightning on an Electric Generator. I go ahead and retreat, and I get a super fast turn 2 knockout on the Meloetta with Miraidon. I also top deck a Beach Court, which is really fortunate for us. They get a Mew VMAX out. They use Elisa Sparkle before or after attaching a Fusion Strike Energy to the active Mew. They go ahead and play a Feather Ball, grab themselves another Mew VMAX to put on the bench, and then they play Switch, bringing out their active Mew V. They also go ahead and play 2 Nest Balls with both of them. And they use Genesect, draw a card, play Power Tablets, and then play Lost City. This allows them to get the knockout, I believe, since they played the Power Tablets. Really unfortunate for me. The Miraidon goes straight into the Lost Zone. I go ahead and bring out my Regieleki VMAX only because it has free retreat. Then I go ahead and I top deck a Dynamotor, so I go ahead and use that. And then I Nest Ball. I try to figure out what I have. There's not much I really want there. So I go ahead and research, hopefully trying to hit another Flaaffy, but I do not. I get another Nest Ball. I do have 2 Electric Generators in my hand, so I go ahead and use those, get 1 Lightning Energy off one, and then get nothing off the other. Really unfortunate. Then I do Dynamotor attached to the benched Miraidon EX, and I go ahead and put it active, play Nest Ball, fail it, and I just go ahead and use Photon, Photon Geyser? Do 250, I believe. I have the Regieleki VMAX on the bench, which allows me to do extra damage to the active. Pikip goes and plays an Escape Rope, promoting my Regieleki, and then bosses my Miraidon right back up. They just do that so they can use their Mew VMAX's attack again. Things are not looking too good for me. Pikip is about to get a 2-prize lead. He go ahead and uses Genesect, Fusion Strike System, attaching a Power Tablets, and then uses Cross Fusion Strike Technoblast to get the knockout on the Miraidon. I go ahead and attach Lightning Energy to the Flaaffy. I go ahead and Dynamotor now so that I can then evolve and hopefully get a knockout, at least 1 knockout with the Ampharos EX. I know I'm probably not going to win this, but at least I can go out with a bang. AJR reference. 2-2 prize cards. I'm just really hoping that my opponent doesn't have game, or a boss for game. Actually, I don't think they can't even win this turn, because they can knock out a Mareep, but that won't get them the 2 prize cards they need. That'll only get them 1, and it is not possible for them to do 310 damage to either my Regieleki or my Ampharos for a knockout. So I am safe for 1 turn. I just really need a fortunate top deck boss in order to win. If I get the top deck boss, then I win, and I with it. I go ahead and get the Flaaffy. I go ahead and attach Dynamotor onto the Raikou V. My next hope is that I can use Fleet-Footed to draw into the card I need, but instead I decide to go use a Cynthia's Ambition, which doesn't give me the card I need. I have a Lumineon, which will get me the boss for next turn. I go ahead and retreat. and then I use Raikou V's attack. Or I use Fleet-footed first, and then I use Raikou V's attack. Unfortunately, not enough to knock out. Pikip evolves into Mew VMAX and gets the knockout. Today I was absolutely crushed. Though I learned a lot and I did win a few matches. I really learned that you really can't make that good of a deck using only the cards you get for free on TCG Live. And also, while the boss makes $1, I make a dime. That's why I shit on company time, baby. Woo!